Hello friends, welcome to IAS ABHIYAN YouTube channel. In this explained series of current affairs, we will discuss on Tianwen 1 and CoAST India. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe, share and like our videos. So what is Tianwen 1? In July, China will launch its first Mars mission, the Tianwen-1, which is expected to land on the red planet surface in the first quarter of 2021. The success of the Tianwen mission will make China the third country to achieve a Mars landing after the USSR and the United States. The mission, named after the ancient Chinese poem Questions to Heaven, the Tianwen-1 is an all-in-one orbiter, lander and rover which will search the Martian surface for water, ice, investigate soil characteristics and study the atmosphere among completing other objectives. So Tianwen-1 is first Mars mission of China, which is expected to land on the red planet surface in the first quarter of 2021, and China will become the third country to achieve this mission after the USSR and the United States. So what is Tianwen mission? The mission will be the first to place a ground penetrating radar on the Martian surface, which will be able to study local geology as well as rock, ice and dirt distribution. China's previous Yonghua 1 Mars mission, which had piggybacked on a Russian spacecraft, had failed after it could not leave the Earth's orbit and disintegrated over the Pacific Ocean in 2012. NASA is also launching its own Mars mission, that is the ambitious Perseverance, which aims to collect Martian samples and bring them back to Earth in a two-part campaign. There are also previous Mars missions. The USSR in 1971 became the first country to carry out a Mars landing, its Mars 3 lander being able to transmit data for 20 seconds from the Martian surface before failing. The country made its second and Mars landing 2 years later in 1973. The second country to reach Mars' surface, the US holds the record for the most number of Mars landings. Since 1976, it has achieved 8 successful Mars landings, the latest being the InSight in 2019. India and European Space Agency have been able to place their spacecraft in Mars orbit. India's Mars orbiter mission, that is MOM or Mangalyaan, was able to do so in September 2014, almost a year after its launch from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Andhra Pradesh. So why Mars exploration? After the Moon, the most number of space missions in the solar system have been to Mars. Despite being starkly different in many ways, the red planet, that is the Mars, has several Earth-like features such as clouds, polar ice caps, canyons, volcanoes, and seasonal weather patterns. For ages, scientists have wondered whether Mars can support life. In the past few years, Mars missions have been able to discover the possible presence of liquid water on the planet, either in the subsurface today or at some point in its past. So this has made space explorers more curious about whether the planet can sustain life. Newer NASA missions have since transitioned from their earlier strategy of follow the water to seek signs of life. Next important topic is CoAST India. Indian Observatory, an open source database, has come up with a GIS enabled dashboard that includes an India map reflecting the movement of migrants in real time on their long journeys, often on foot, along with facilities and relief organizations on their routes. The platform, a collaboration with Foundation for Ecological Security, Anand, as its main nodal point, is called CoAST India, that is Collaboration COVID Action Support Group. It draws information from 55 organizations on the ground, mostly in villages, and aims to make such data available so that it would enable governments and small local civil society groups to be of assistance. The map matches time and spatial data on administrative facilities in the area, that is transportation and healthcare facilities of an area, and summaries on the fly in real time of people passing by. So what is Indian Observatory? India Observatory was set up in December 2019 with FES focused on ecological issues about forests, water bodies, conservation, etc. that needed a bird's eye view or a satellite's vision. A click on the map can tell us of the people who are traveling, the issues they have, and the resources of the area. The local groups can reach them and provide supports. What it contains? It contains 4 elements that are sought to be brought together. That is the location of migrants and vulnerable people, their specific needs, location of key infrastructure on the way which can develop as a rest center or a quarantine space, and location of relief and rehabilitation providing NGOs and civil society organizations. The importance of open source data at a time of crisis like this, so that small groups that are efficient in small areas can help mitigate the disaster and not wait for big organizations or governments alone to make the moves. The importance of developing geospatial data and the importance of it being available to all government, civil society and industry to enable its best use, because most data held by the National Disaster Management Authority or the Survey of India is usually treated as strategic and is not available to the public at large. The CoAST India map is available free in 12 languages. Thank you for watching.